I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's press on to page 9 of the Grade 4 Discovering Music Theory, continuing with the second part of the topic of rhythm, looking at chapter 2. So we move on to page 9 and we again get some new time signatures. We get two new compound time signatures, 6/4 and 9/4. Now I'd just like to take a moment to just look at these, because in actual fact it's not such a great change after all, because if we just kind of take a moment, we've dealt with 6/8, which is 2 dotted crotchet beats per bar, which we can divide into 3 quavers. And we've dealt with 9/8, which is compound triple time, which is 3 groups of 3 dotted crochet beats per bar. And so 6/4 is kind of the same thing, but we just double everything. So we have 2 dotted minims per bar, which is the same as groups of 3 crotchets. And so 9/4, same principle, we have 3 dotted minim beats per bar, which gives us 3 groups of 3 crotchets. And so we can see 6/8 is duple time, 6/4 is duple time, duple compound time. We've just doubled everything. 9/8 is compound triple. 9/4 is compound triple. We've just doubled the unit value. It's worth just taking a moment, and I know that we'll get a chance to look at this again, but 6/4 is 6 crotchet beats, but it's grouped in 3s because it's compound time. Not to be confused with, for example, 3/2, which is 3 minim beats, which is triple time, and it's simple time. So we can see 6/4 is 2 groups of 3, group 1, 2, 1, 2. 3/2 is simple time and it's triple time, group 1 and 2 and 3, and completely different musical effect, even though mathematically it's the same number of crochet beats. So, you know, we will be looking at that later, but it's worth just mentioning now. However, 6/4 and 9/4 are just a progression of what we've done already. It's duple compound, simple compound. We've just doubled the unit value from quavers to crotchets. So let's look at these in context. And we've shown how we can use a dotted semi-breve now, because we know that a dotted crotchet and a dotted crotchet equals a dotted minim, and therefore it's easy to see that a dotted minim and a dotted minim is the same as a dotted semi-breve. So it's an easy progression to follow on through once you get your head into the fact that we're in compound time. And so we need to show whether each of these melodies below has been correctly or incorrectly written. So we're in compound time in each case, but we're doubling from 6 quaver beats to 6 crotchet beats, or 9, whichever the time signature tells us, but it's got to be groups of 3. This is dotted crotchets, this is dotted minims. And so let's look at this. So A quaver becomes a crotchet, quaver becomes a crotchet, quaver becomes a crotchet, crotchet becomes a minim, 2 semiquavers become 2 quavers, so all good so far. So we have a crotchet becomes a minim, quaver becomes a crotchet, a dotted crotchet should become a dotted minim. That's not correct because there's our first group of 3. This needs to be a group of 3, and without the minim it's a group of 2, isn't it? So that's not correct. So we know already. Let's just carry on though. 2 semiquavers becomes 2 quavers. Quaver becomes crotchet, quaver becomes crotchet. Dotted crotchet becomes dotted minim, and we know that a dotted minim becomes a dotted semi-breve. No need for all of this, and so that's incorrect there. So do go on now and try these remaining exercises, B, C and D, and then I'm hoping you've had a go of this. Let's check these through together. So here we've got 9 beats in a bar, each beat is a quaver. We want to keep 9 beats in a bar, each beat being a crotchet, and of course that's going to be 3 groups of dotted crotchet beats. This is going to be 3 groups of dotted minim beats. Everything's got to double, and so we can see there's our dotted crotchet becomes a dotted minim. There's our first group of 3. Now a crotchet becomes a minim, a quaver becomes a crotchet. There's our group of 3. There's our group of 3. A quaver becomes a crotchet. 2 semiquavers become 2 quavers. Quaver becomes a crotchet. There's our group of 3 quaver beats. There's 3 crotchet beats. There's our 1, 2, 3 dotted minims. That's correct. Everything's doubling. Crotchet becomes minim. Quaver becomes crotchet. Dotted minim becomes dotted semi-breve. Yeah, all good so far. And we can see there's group 1, 2, 3. Group 1, 2, 3. You do kind of get your eye in and just sort of start seeing the shapes of how these groups fall together. But you know, you can just peg out the maths and just double check each of these note values, which indeed we should do. Semiquaver becomes quaver, quaver becomes crotchet, dotted crotchet becomes dotted minim, dotted crotchet rest becomes dotted minim rest. Everything there is correct. Now we're going the other way around. So we have 9 beats in a bar, each one is a crotchet, and we need to go to 9 beats in a bar, each one is a quaver. So we're halving everything. And so this is going from 3 dotted minim beats per bar to 3 dotted crotchet beats per bar. Still both triple time, of course, still both compound time. So we're halving everything, as we can see. So crotchet becomes quaver, crotchet becomes quaver, quaver becomes semi-quaver, dotted minim becomes dotted crotchet, minim becomes crotchet, crotchet becomes quaver. That's good so far. Crotchet becomes quaver, crotchet becomes quaver. Now dotted quaver should become dotted semi-quaver, and then that should become dotted demi-semi. They're the same, aren't they? So that's incorrect. That's dotted minim becomes dotted crotchet. Dotted minim should become dotted crotchet. We're a dot missing, so that's wrong as well. So that's wrong on 2 counts. And then finally we're going from 6 crotchet beats per bar to 6 quaver beats per bar. Both of these are duple time. Both of these are duple compound time. This is 2 dotted minims per bar. This is 2 dotted crotchets per bar. So we have 2 groups of 3, as it were. But we're literally halving everything. So let's see about this. So a minim becomes a crotchet. Quaver becomes semi. Crotchet becomes quaver. Quaver becomes semi. That's okay so far. Now here we can see straight away something isn't correct. We've got a double dotted crotchet, which should become a double dotted quaver, and then that's a semi-quaver. That should become a demi-semi-quaver. So we've lost the rhythmic effect here. It's sort of averaged out a little bit. Then quaver, quaver, crotchet, dotted min. So just that little bit there does make this incorrect. And that's page 9, nicely completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.